Hello, how are you guys doing? I've gathered you all here today because I want to draw, so we're gonna draw together. If you hear noises in the background, they're doing construction work outside. Um, yeah, and they do this every day, every hour of every day, all the time. So, ooh, no, wait. Where is the page? Okay, so we're gonna draw here. I've already found the page I want to draw on. And I have this little, where is it? This little, let me find it. There's too much shit in my sketchbook. This little thumbnail, wait, it's here, this one, that I've drawn the other day, and I want to turn it into a finished drawing. So we're gonna draw this. It's of my OC Pico and his friend Harry. You've seen them in the sketchbook tour that I posted last week. So yeah, we're gonna draw this character, my cat boy, and his friend, stargazing. This is what we're doing. Um, yeah, I don't usually care about making my sketchbook prints cohesive, but this time I was like, why not? So that's what we're doing. You guys like my pencil? Actually, never mind. I don't want to sketch in pencil today. We're gonna straight into it with a pen because there's a fly. Also, my dog might bark. This video is like ASMR, but like only of distressing noises. A fly, construction work, dogs barking. Okay, I don't know. I have these pens. I draw quite fast. You will see. Since this page, I can't speak, is orange. I'm gonna sketch in orange. Let's go. Also, by the way, do you like my chickens? This is not my desk. This is where I eat. We're just gonna go straight into it. Yeah, I forgot how to draw. No, wait. What am I drawing again? Wow, this video is going so well. Okay, this is what we're doing. There's a lot of stuff in my sketchbook. Okay, so we're just gonna go straight into it. Okay, so there's the village there with the little houses. The little houses. That's what, yeah. This is like a tall build. It's like a church or something. I don't know. Could be anything you want, really. And then there's a shooting star. I'm so good at drawing stars freehand because when I was in high school, I had an English class project where I had to draw Wonder Woman. My English class was basically an art class. Like every assignment, I would just make an art project, and I had to draw Wonder Woman. It was a Wonder Woman themed project. I've said project so many times, I don't remember what that word means. And Wonder Woman has stars in her design, so I had to draw so many stars that now I can just draw them, whereas I couldn't before. So I learned one thing in high school, and it's how to draw stars. Thank you, French education system. Okay, so they're lying in the grass. We're just gonna draw grass. You're gonna see the drawing is gonna look really ugly for a really long time, but then I promise you it's gonna look very slay. Can you see? I did not think the setup through. Okay. Yeah, no, it's fine. So they're lying on the grass, kind of like this, you know? Because, okay, so there are multiple, like, grounds. You know, when you're drawing, there's, like, foreground, background, here, ground, this, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing. So we're just gonna, Pico is here. I want to give his friend cat ears, too, because, I mean, they're not really cat ears. They're, like, cat ear shaped tufts of hair. I don't know. I don't even know. No reference. Oh, I'm not using a reference, by the way. We're just raw dogging this page the way God intended. But it's fine because I warmed up beforehand. So you see, little. I warmed up, so it's fine. It's like a mini sketchbook tour of this sketchbook. Subscribe so you can see the actual sketchbook tour of this sketchbook. Because hand is here. and then he's wearing shorts because shorts are very comfortable, and then I'm gonna make him barefoot. So here are his little feet, and then his tail. Where is his tail? So he's lying. Because I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It doesn't matter. This is the sketch. We'll figure it out. I can't erase though. So also we're gonna have to be very smart about it because since we're doing this in, so I use coloring pencils as part of the process when I do like finished illustrations like these, and that means that we can't use liners on top of that because coloring pencils are very waxy and you can't line on top of them. That's very convenient. Also, I was thinking of using Posca to color the star, but I'm not going to be able to do that either because, again, coloring pencils are very waxy and I've messed up the nibs of my liners one too many times throughout my life to want to risk it again, so we're not going to do it. I want to give Harry a cat tail too. You know what? They're both little Catboys and they're stargazing. Oh, look how cute. Okay, just add. Okay, and okay, so the thing is, this is an island. It's like an island thing. This is the island. And then there's like, I'm just making shit up as I go. And then there's water here. And then there's like the beach and stuff. Okay, this is the drawing. I don't remember what I was saying. No, yeah, I'm gonna have to be very smart about it. So the way I go about these things is I line the characters in black, but the background I don't line in black because it's too harsh and it would make it harder to like differentiate between the characters in the background, so I don't do that. This is what I used to line. It's Unipin fine line. I don't know. This is what I bought. I don't remember when, last year? Something like that? This year? I don't remember. I draw very fast, you're gonna see that. So we're just, honestly, like, lining this is gonna be pretty easy, I think, because I'm concentrating, I'm sorry. My thoughts are focused on the little cat ears, because it's already ink, and I won't be able to erase. Honestly, this is an advice I would give, is, I always sketch in pen, never in pencil. I mean, unless I'm making like an illustration, except right now I'm not. but like this page, I used a pencil to sketch, so I can erase it after. And honestly, like sketching in pen is so beneficial to like your improvement because it forces you to like face your mistakes and like not rely so heavily on erasing. That's why I would advise it. This is why I would also advise artists that are primarily digital artists to also have a sketchbook, so they can stop relying so heavily on the undo tools, because those are great, but they can kind of hinder your progress. This arm is a little long. Wait. No, it's actually fine. As I said, I'm not using a reference, I'm just freehanding this. And the focus is gonna be more on the... Oh, I moved my tripod. It's gonna be more on the colors, because I like colors. So it doesn't really matter if the anatomy is a little whack, I say, and then in 6 months, when I do the sketchbook tour, I'm gonna be complaining about the anatomy being whack, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I was so bad back then. And I'm gonna be like, sad. No, that's a lie. Why am I saying this? I'm never sad. Well, I am sad, but not about my art. I never call myself bad. I'm very positive about my art because I like it a lot. I really love drawing. I'm a confident person in general. This is turning into a therapy session, but like happy therapy. We're just saying nice things about ourselves. Oh, this hand was rough, but it's fine because it's so small you can't even see it. I'm really glad. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be moving my sketchbook a bit during this because it's easier. I don't remember. I wanted to talk about the line art. I'm really happy with the way I do line art nowadays. because that's the thing I was struggling with the most throughout my life, because I always had this vision of what I wanted my line art to be, like, very clean, very like animation friendly, I guess, where it's like there's no line variation, like no line weight variation and stuff. And I could never pull it off because my hands were too shaky. But now they're not shaky anymore. I got treatment for that. I used to be very anxious. I'm not anymore. So my hands aren't shaky anymore. That's great. So now I can do line art. And I'm happy about it. Like look at that. I'm so proud of this spread. Of this page. It's not a spread yet. It's gonna be though. Oh no, we're gonna have to draw the feet. Why am I doing this to myself? I draw my characters barefoot a lot, not because I am into feet. I very much am not. I think they look really weird. I don't understand how people can find them sexy, but that's a different tangent. The reason I draw feet a lot, my characters barefoot a lot, is because I suck so bad at drawing feet. And the only way you get good at drawing something is by, I mean, the answer is in the question. It's by drawing it. You only get good by drawing it. So, born to live, love, forced to draw feet. This is so sick and twisted. Anyways, he's got some tiny chicken legs. This drawing is so funny for now. Like, it's just, there's nothing. Oh, sorry. I kicked you. Kicked you in the leg. I imagine that, like, you're standing right next to me and I'm like, no, wait, this is weird. Let's not make this weirder than it needs to be. I already made it weird by talking about feet, I feel like. I will never do it again, I promise. Cat. Oh no, I messed up. Well, I made it too thick here. Well, it's fine. Oh, wait, no, it's fine. I thought I'd accidentally scribbled on it. Okay, let's calm down. Great. His little knees. So these OCs I've had since I was like 12 years old. I've had them for a very, very long time. And I keep referring to Pico as a he and as a boy and stuff. But honestly, like, he could be anything. Like, I've drawn him as a girl before. In this very sketchbook, I have a drawing of him as a girl. And even like, since I've created him, like, I think I've actually had him for longer than this. Harry I've had since I was like 12, but Pico I've had for longer. I think since I was like 10 or 11. And initially, he was actually a girl. But then I changed it, and I was like, actually, he's a boy. And then I changed it again. I was like, actually, he's gender fluid. Or their gender, I don't know. Because I always refer to him as a he. So, like, and then I was like, actually, you know what? No, he's a boy again. And then I was like, no, he's genderless. And then I was like, I don't know, fuck it, man, like, whatever. So, honestly, like, Pico can be whatever you want him to be. It doesn't matter. Like, I mean, he's a cat boy, for fuck's sake. Like, it's not even really cat ears that he has. It's like his hair is like that. His hair is just like that, and he has a cat tail because he's not an OC that I'm planning to make a comic on. Most of my other OCs, like main OCs, I plan to make comics about them, and I am currently working on a comic. For now, it's not out. I haven't even started drawing it yet. I'm only in the script writing part of the process. But most of them, I want to make comics about Pico and Harry, and they have other friends, but I never draw them. I don't plan on making comics about them. They just exist for me to draw in my sketchbooks and have fun with. So yeah, they're like Barbie dolls, essentially. I like that. It's, you know what? Fuck that. I like that it's so small because then it doesn't matter if the anatomy is weird. Or I don't have to draw the feet super detailed. So that kind of defeats the whole point of drawing feet in the first place, which was to improve at drawing them because we can see them. So I'm not putting in any effort into drawing them. So it's not the thing that's going to make me improve. But you know what? They're lying in the grass. stargazing. So I feel like that's the situation you would be barefoot in. I'm always barefoot when I go to the park with my friends. So, oh yeah, I was about to start. Well, I'm gonna. No, I'm not gonna line the star in black because it's gonna be too harsh. That's what I said. I have these. I already showed you. I don't know why I hang on to this box so much because, like, look at it. Like, look at it. It's dead. It's dead. Also, guys, I forgot what I was about to say. That's very cool. What color? I don't know what color to line this star with. I'm gonna go with this. This color. It's yellow, orange. I don't know. Wait, it's already lined in orange. I don't need to line it. I'm stupid. I forgot I had sketched this in ink already. So we're not gonna have to line this. This is very convenient. But we're gonna have to line everything else. So we're gonna need a green for the grass. And this is when the struggle begins because I'm colorblind, guys. I can't see green, so we're just gonna guesstimate. Is this good enough? You know what? It's my art. I can do whatever I want. It's my art. I do what I want. If I want the grass to be an unspecified color, but not green, I can make it, you know? I thought for a while, like, I was so, like, I had so much misplaced confidence. Like, I thought that, oh, like, I'm colorblind, but, like, he can't tell from my art because, like, I'm so great at coloring until one of my friends found out that I was colorblind and I can't see green. And she was like, oh, so that's why your art looks weird sometimes. And I was like, my entire world collapsed, you know? I was like, oh, fuck. I thought I was so amazing, but everyone saw through. Everyone saw through it. Anyways. Which is why, like, painting is really hard. I mean, not really hard. It's like, it's fine. I like painting, but, like, sometimes it's a bit difficult because you have to make I use acrylics, and I only have, like, white, black, blue, yellow, and red. I'm an artist. Name 5 colors. And, so I have to mix the colors myself if I want to make another color. And the problem with that is, it's hard because I don't know colors. My eyes, I literally have a skill issue. I literally have like a genetic skill issue. Little flowers. This like I told you it's gonna look really ugly for a really long time. Until it's gonna stop looking ugly and then it's gonna look amazing. Maybe I'm overselling this and it's just gonna look ugly all throughout. We shall see. But trust the process, guys, is what I mean. Ooh. You know, art. This is why I fucking hate AI art, okay? Tangent, because it's people who like really love the idea, the appearance of being an artist, but they don't actually want to commit. Like they only care about the finished product, but not the journey. And art for me is not just about the finished product. Obviously, it's nice, you know. I love this piece. I'm really proud of it. But like the thing I love is also like just the fact of drawing, you know, the act of drawing, you know, like my hand creating something from my brain and like getting there and like improving and learning new things. It's not so much just the finished product. And people who use AI art, like generative AI, I feel like that's all they really care about. It's about, you know, just the end result. And it's kind of like, there was a point on YouTube where like I would constantly get these ads for like this piano learning program, but it was a scam. Like it looked like a blatant scam. And it was this guy being like, buy my book and with my book, you only have to practice piano 3 minutes a day and to become amazing. And I was like, well, why would I only want to practice piano 3 minutes a day? If I love piano, I'm going to want to practice more than 3 minutes a day. Like, but at least this is still better than generative AI, because you're still playing the piano. But like, if you only want to play for 3 minutes a day and only care about getting good and impressive, then do you really like playing the piano. No, you don't. You only want the appearance of like being a musician, an artist. You only care about what it may seem. You know, you only care about what it seems like. You don't actually care about being, and that pisses me off so bad. It's like glorified laziness. It's like commercialized laziness. That's horrible. I fucking hate capitalism, man. I didn't mean for this video to turn political, but you know what? Fuck it, it is. I'm French, okay? Like, revolution, you know? It's in our blood. I forgot. Wait, so I have little flowers here, and I'm just gonna add... So, this is supposed to be the water. You can't tell because it's the same color as the grass. But this is the grass, you know, the beach is kind of implied. I mean, there are beaches with grass and flowers. And then the village, I'm gonna draw the little village in the background. It's like an island. So it's like... Woohoo! Beautiful! Wow. Can't draw a straight line. I mean... I don't know how useful this line art is because it's literally just going over what we've already drawn. Can you tell these are houses? Okay, guys. And now, I was gonna say now we erase, but like I did not use pencils this time, so no erasing needed. We're gonna go with coloring pencils, and I have so many from all of my years of collecting them, but like, I feel like this is kind of useless because, as I said, I'm colorblind, and like half of these I can't tell the difference between them. The colors, they're the same. So, I don't know, like having a lot of art supplies like scratches my brain in a nice way, but also like I recognize that like, do I really need them considering that like I can't see half of them? This is making me think like, I don't use TikTok a lot, but there was a point where I would go on it sometimes. And for some reason, I found like so many artists like claiming to be colorblind, but then it wasn't true. And the funny thing is, I could always clock it because I actually am. And like, they didn't know how colorblindness worked. And then I remember this one artist, and they confessed to it at the end, and they were like, it's because I was insecure about my art and wanted to seem more interesting by faking a condition. Like, holy fuck. I mean, to be fair, they were quite young. So I guess, you know, you live and you learn. But like, bro, it sounds like something exploded. I promise nothing exploded. It's the construction work, but like, it's not like I can really film at another time because the lighting is great. And also, like, even if I were to film at another time, you would still be able to hear construction noises because they're doing this all the time. All the time. It never stops. It never ends. I don't even know what they're constructing at this point because, like, every day, every year, all the time, like, there's always something to, like, I think they're actually, like, on repeat, destroying what they build and then rebuilding it again. I think that's what they're doing. Oh no, I'm gonna have to go empty my pencil sharpener. I'll be right back. Don't cry. I'm back. This is the pencil sharpener I use, if you even care, Faber-Castell. A lot of my art supplies are Faber-Castell. My pencils, my coloring pencils are, my pens are. These don't, but yeah, the reason I buy them is, first of all, they're nice, and also that's what they sell at the store. That's close to me, so that's... Same with my sketchbooks. I didn't say what kind of sketchbook I was using in my sketchbook tour, which I feel like that was kind of necessary to say, you know, in a sketchbook tour. That's usually one of the first things that people say in them. It's a Canson sketchbook. It's an A4. I have quite big hands. So I like drawing big because I like making illustrations like these. So A5, I've had some A5 sketchbooks before, but I didn't like them. They're too small for me. I like drawing bigger. And what was I gonna say? No, yeah, the reason I buy them, first of all, I do like the paper, although it bleeds through a lot with the markers. But I think that's my dilemma because I think my markers and my pencils, my coloring pencils, look really nice on this paper, but like it does bleed through a lot. It's like it's not too thick. It's not thin, but it's in the middle. I'm great at talking and explaining things, but it does bleed through a lot. but it's what they sell next to my house, so I buy them. Okay, so the coloring pencil I use to like set the mood, kind of. So what mood do I want? It's nighttime, so I want this page to be orange. You know what? Because because then it's cohesive with the spread. I'm just gonna color everything in orange except the shooting star because it's trust the process as always. In moments like these, I wish the tip of my coloring pencils were bigger because like I'm gonna have to color everything like this. It doesn't matter if it's like look at like it's very streaky and like not blended and like not technically good, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna cover this up in more coloring pencil and then in marker. So it's like I use the coloring pencil so that the markers like blend easier. I found that's what happens. And also just to set the mood, you know, like to like kind of put down some undertones on my page, kind of like how when I'm painting, I like do an like undercoat of paint. That's what you call it. Where I just take one color and I paint the whole canvas with it, and then I paint what I want to paint on top of that, so it kind of has like a cohesive undertone throughout. When I do digital art, I add an overlay layer at the end of my drawing to make everything cohesive. It's the same thought process, you know, but in different mediums. I hope this video doesn't end up being too long, but as I said, I draw quite fast and I will edit this video anyways, so I will cut some things out. So it's not gonna be too long, I think. I thought I drew at like an average pace until I talked to other people and I watched other people's process and I was like, holy moly, I'm fast as fuck, like, ka-chow. Yeah. I don't know, I've just been drawing for so long. Like, literally I started drawing when I was like a year old, 2 years old. Like, as soon as I figured out how to pick up a pencil, I never put it down. I was like, oh yeah, this is for me, this is my thing. Okay, I like it. Even though it looks like this. And now we're gonna... Okay, so the reason I draw Pico with yellow skin. So you know how your skin, you have like undertones? This is like that. Some people have like red undertones, pink undertones, yellow undertones. I don't, whatever. You know, we have undertones for skin. This is what I do, right? Like, but it's stylistic choice. Like I overemphasize, I guess, the undertones of the skin. And so here, since I'm planning on layering a bunch, I'm just gonna do that with the coloring pencil, and then once we get to the markers, I'll just use like regular colors for it. Because obviously, if Pico was a real person in the real world, like he wouldn't have like straight up yellow skin, like he wouldn't be like straight up a banana. He's not like a Simpson. It's just stylistic choice. Sometimes I'm unsure about it. I'm like, is this a good choice? Is this just not a little too crazy? But like, I don't know, I like it. It's iconic. I've been doing this for so long that like I can't part with it now. I love it too much. I'm too attached. I'm no stranger to changing my art style a little bit, but this I like. This I like. That's the thing, right? Like with art style, I always see like online. I guess it comes from younger people or younger artists, whether in age or in like time you've been drawing. I don't know how to express this. Where like they're asking like, how do you find your art style? And it's like, well, I don't know, like on the side of the road, in a dumpster. I don't know, man. Like I didn't find it. I just draw the way I naturally would. First of all, right? Like my hand, I just let my hand move the way it would naturally move. And also like just with time, like it's not something you find as much as something you develop through like time, practice, you know, studying anatomy and stuff. And also just looking at other people's art and figuring out what you like about theirs and like implementing it to your own. So like, don't sweat it too much. And also, it's an art style is supposed to be like a way of expression, right? It's not supposed to be a prison. So you're allowed to change it from time to time. Like, look, I feel like this spread is really great, like testament to this. Like, look at this and look at this. Like, it's. I drew it. I drew both of these, but like they look different. You know, like here the anatomy is way more accurate. The shading, the coloring style is different. Like, because I want to convey different things with these two drawings, so it's also a matter of what do you want to convey. It's a form of expression. You don't have to. You shouldn't limit yourself. You know, art is about freedom, creativity. It shouldn't be about putting yourself in a box and never allowing yourself to deviate. What color? I guess I want to draw him wearing this shirt. So this outfit, I like it. So there's like a little callback to the star. What color can I use? I don't know. I'm just picking out colors like kind of haphazardly, like since they have the names written on them, but since there's so many, I can't be bothered to like check. So I just use whatever color comes my way, and hope for the best. So I don't know. On these blues, both of these are blue, so I guess they're gonna look good together. This is why my coloring pencil art is so weird. It's because I just what is this? It's like a gray. I don't want it to be gray. I want it to be more vibrant, like this. Well, this is kind of dark. Didn't expect that, but okay. Sorry if the lighting or the angle changed. Oh my god, they're still going. I added some off screen because the construction was getting too loud and too annoying. So yeah. But now it's calmed down a bit. Oh no! Oh no! My pencil sharpener opened on my lap. It's fine because this part was empty. The part that opened was empty, but I've had that happen more than once where it just spills out everywhere. It's very annoying. It's starting to look a little less ugly, but it's not. It's especially the characters because they have color on them, but like it's still not like anything too crazy. I draw like a child. Look at this. What is this? Oh, it's because I taped a paper underneath. I tape a lot of stuff in my sketchbook when I sketch on loose sheets of paper because I don't always want to sketch like in my sketchbook if it's just like very quickly, because I want to fill it with more finished stuff. Okay, I think we're done with the coloring pencil. The entire page is covered, so we don't need any more. We're gonna be able to move on to the markers. Let me push all this aside. Ooh. Except I forgot to color Harry's shirt, so we're gonna do that real quick. There. Can call that a day. Okay. My markers I use Ohuhus. I have 160. That's a big boy. Okay. I'm gonna start with the characters again because that's what I did previously. I don't know what color to use. Okay, okay, this one doesn't show up. I've run out of things to say. I've used up all of my stories that I had to tell you. Huh. Oh no, wait, I have a story time for you. Okay, so the other day I was touching grass and we were talking about AI earlier. I'm gonna circle back to that one. And I was outside touching grass as one does, and I saw a guy who he was wearing how do I put this? A hoodie with an AI generated alpha wolf on it. And like, I wish, like, bro, I wish I had a picture, but like, don't take pictures of strangers. So I don't have a picture, but bro, I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, I saw that in person. I can't believe it. Anyways, go to France, bro. That's where the heat's at. Literally the heat. It was this summer was horrifyingly hot. It was awful. We had like one of the worst heat waves ever in the history of France. It was very dreadful. I didn't go outside. I mean, I didn't go outside much. I still went outside when I had things to do, but like it was horrible. I hate climate change. You know what? Fuck it. This is a political channel now. Lower entertaining political commentary era win. We should do this. You know what? So the marker I used just to, you know, make it a little more blended out, a little more interesting, you know, like really put down the characters' base colors, because the coloring pencil is just there for the mood, you know, the ambiance, as one would say. And you see, it doesn't even matter that I sketched this in pen, because we can't even see it because of all the layers of color we've put down. Oh, my dog is here. Hi, baby. Fun fact, my dog only speaks French. This is one thing I've failed when it comes to his education. I could have raised him bilingual, but he's unfortunately not a polyglot kid. He's a monolingual. And like, I have nothing against monolinguals, but like, if you're monolingual, I guess you can stay on my channel, but like, you're on thin ice, man. I should have taught my dog German. I was wondering the other day, like, can dogs be bilingual? Like, imagine you have a dog and you speak a language, but your partner or something speaks a different language. Does that mean your dog would be bilingual? Is that how it works? Do dogs work like children in this regard? I don't know, because dogs are basically like toddlers, right? Just permanent toddlers. So like, could they be bilingual? I have too many questions, man. Pico though, he's a cat boy, so he's not a dog, but he's from a fictional country. And okay, so he does have some lore. I said he didn't have lore, but he kind of does. He is bilingual because he's from a fictional country that has a different people group in it. So he does speak. He has two native languages, French, because yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint. He's French. And a fictional language that I've created for this country. Maybe one day I'll make a video on it, but I feel like it would be very hard. It would be a very hard video to make, because like, there would be so many things to say. And also, conlangs, like, those things can change over time, so I'd be scared that it would be outdated in a week if I were to make that video. I'm struggling to color his shirt. Well, that's good enough. You know what? Okay, so the flowers, we're gonna color them. I want to make them red, but like not super bright red, like this. Well, this is kind of bright. Well, okay. I guess we're doing bright red then. This is funny. I was gonna say I draw flowers like a toddler, but when I paint, one of the main things I paint are in fact flowers. So I can draw flowers. It's not like I can. It's just stylistic choice. It's like the skin color. I can draw characters with natural skin tones. I just choose not to sometimes. It's like, yeah, you know how it is. Just like, well, look at that. I can draw anatomy. You see this one? The anatomy is good, but here, It's very simplified. It's like that. I can paint flowers, but here the flowers are not the main focus of the piece, so I was like, it's fine. We can afford to be 5 years old from time to time. You know what? It's very therapeutic to be 5 years old from time to time. I found a lot of old art from when I was a child in my room because I'm renovating. So I'm not filming in my room currently. This is why you can probably hear all of the construction work that's going on outside. It's great. Because I'm renovating my room. And I found a lot of old art from when I was in primary school. And it's so fun and it's honestly like very inspiring. Like, because when you're a child, you just draw for the fun of it. You don't really care about like fundamentals and stuff. You don't even necessarily know about fundamentals. So you just draw for the sake of it. And it's like, I kind of want to go back to that, you know, which is kind of what I do with these drawings that are like this, you know, this style with all the coloring pencil everywhere, the little flowers. It's kind of like going back to that, you know, just doing whatever. But obviously I'm an adult now, so I have more knowledge and it looks more intentional and better. But you know, it's about the mindset, you know. It's a mindset thing, not binding yourself to things you don't want to do. And to being like, oh, but what are people gonna think? What if I'm not good enough? I don't care. I don't care about that. Obviously, I want my art to improve. That has always been my goal, to be as good as I can be, because I'm a very competitive person. I've always been very competitive, sometimes to my own detriment. But I'm not like negative about it when it comes to art. I'm very positive about it when I'm drawing because I just love drawing so much. The lighting is bad. Oh, I'm kind of sad because earlier it was good, but now it's how am I gonna color this grass? I want to color it because grass is supposed to be green, and green is the color I struggle with the most. So I'm just gonna use this. It's called turquoise green light. So it has green in it in the name. So I'm assuming it's a good color for grass. And it's not like green because I want it to be, I don't know, a certain mood. I don't know what kind of... I don't know how to explain. You will see when the drawing is finished. You will get my vision. I was just thinking, because I'm drawing grass, and I was thinking about the fact that I can't see the color green, and so I see it as blue instead. And so I was thinking of bluegrass, and it made me think that my first exposure to the English language... So I speak French natively, but then I also learned English a bit later, but still early enough for it to like really fuck. I forgot my words. To really invade my brain, you know? Early enough for it to invade my brain and be one of my primary languages, I think in. But I learned it a little later than French. It's not my native language, it's like a second language. And my first exposure to English as a small child, like I'm talking like 2-3 years old as a toddler, was through country music. I'm literally like, my second language is literally country boy. Country boy language. Which is why I say yeehaw all the time. That's very funny. And the correlation to that is bluegrass. It's like a subgenre of country music. And that's what my parents raised me on. Like a signed cowboy at birth. That's great. Did you know I was almost Canadian? We almost immigrated to Canada when I was a kid. But we didn't. So I'm not Canadian. I could have been though. I could have been Canadian. Well, I could have been like a French immigrant in Canada, but you know, instead I'm just French. So it's fine. Also, we're talking about like origin and stuff. I just got worried about something. Pico, okay, I draw him with yellow skin, but it's not because he's Asian. I don't draw my Asian characters with yellow skin. I thought I'd mention that. It's not like supposed to be a racist caricature. As I said, it's supposed to be like exaggeration of like your skin's undertones. So it's not like I'm a racist. Don't think that, please. I have Asian characters, and none of them have yellow skin. The only OCs that I draw a lot that have yellow skin are Pico, and as I said, he's from like he's just Pico. And then there's Paula, and she's Portuguese. So like, my other characters who are Asian don't have yellow skin. Don't worry. Actually, the two of the main characters in my comic that I'm working on are Asian. Well, they're half Asian. Blue, he's French and Filipino, and Alexander, he's Vietnamese and French. So there you go. Also, since we're on the topic of yellow skin, when I was a kid, like the cartoons that I watched, either like the Asian representation there was none at all, or it was like racist caricatures where they drew Asians with yellow skin. So like, and that kind of confused me as a child because, like, in a way, I kind of accepted it because like I didn't have any like Chinese or Japanese people around me to fact check, hey, do you have yellow skin? But then when I looked at my I would look at my relatives, and I would see like, oh, you don't have yellow skin. But like, so I was like, okay, when I drew Vietnamese people, I didn't give them yellow skin because I could look at my relatives and be like, oh yeah, you don't have yellow skin. but like, I don't know, I just accepted it for other Asian ethnicities, for other Asian like nationalities and stuff. I just like, because I was a child, like I was 6 years old and I didn't have any like Chinese or Japanese people to fact check that. So I was just like, okay, but still, you know, I could smell that something was fishy, you know, like weird. but I didn't know. I didn't have the maturity to realize how racist it was. So yeah. Fun fact about me. That's not very fun. That's more racist. Racism is not fun. This is what the lack of representation does to a motherfucker. Like, because the only Asian people around me were like, well, there was my family. So like, you know, Vietnamese, half Vietnamese, quarter Vietnamese, and white. And then there were like the people at the restaurant, and they were all Vietnamese. So it was only Vietnamese people. Like the only Asian people I knew were Vietnamese when I was very little. So like, I don't know where I'm going with this. So I guess the moral of the story is don't be racist, and representation matters, guys. Because then kids get confused and they wonder, huh, why is this like that? Why is this inaccurate? Also, if you were wondering from this anecdote, I am white technically. I call myself white. I consider myself white because I'm only a 1/8 Vietnamese, but I look very, very white. I have relatives. Most of my relatives, like all my other relatives, who are 1/8 just like me. 1/8 is not a lot, but even they like look way more mixed than I do. My very tiny Asian genes did not try at all, so I look white. I think I'm gonna add a tiny bit more of a darker color just to, you know, add more shadow, but then not too much, you know, just for good measure. This is nice. Okay. I'm not too satisfied with this water, the sea here. It's kind of hard to draw. I need to practice that more. I don't know. Yeah, that's something I need practice on. I'm gonna add some red, like a neon kind of blend it. Yeah, that makes it better. I like it more like that. It doesn't really look like water, but you know what? Does this really look like grass? It's stylized, okay? That's my excuse here. You know what? I really like the color pink. When I was a kid, I was a little shit. Like, I was so mean to girls for like no reason. I mean, there was a reason, you know, it's kind of like we were conditioned that way. As horrible as it is to think back on nowadays that I'm older. And a lot of my friends are girls nowadays, so it's really weird. But yeah, no. And so I was like, pink sucks. But like secretly, I really liked it. I think it's such a nice color. Like, look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, I think that's it for the sky. Now I'm gonna add like some finishing touches for like the what's it called? The star. The star. Yes, I know words. And that's it. To the star. Really, that's the only thing requiring finishing touches here. Originally, I kind of wanted to like color the star in Posca, but I think I'm gonna just leave it like that because I like it. Well, that's it. That's the finished drawing. Look, we made it together. Look at that. I mean, you didn't do shit. You just watched, but yeah. Well, that's it. That's the drawing. That's the video. That's the spread. I hope you liked it. I liked it. I feel like you learned a lot about me today, which is kind of weird, but also nice, I guess. If you want to see it in more details, you can follow my socials that I'll put on screen and in the description, so you can follow me there. And I will make videos every Saturday, as I said. So I guess I'll see you next Saturday, so we can do this again. Well, not exactly this again, but a video in a similar vein. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm really happy with it.